Let's do that again. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. There we go. Thank you. And you can't tell, but I'm smiling really big under here because we are so happy to have arrived at this day, this moment where we celebrate Dana, Shoshana, and her bat mitzvah with her beautiful family. We welcome all of you who are joining us live stream to this event. We hope that you are fully present and engaged. We feel your presence here in the sanctuary. My name is Gail Pomerantz. I'm a rabbi here at Temple Beth Shalom, and I'm joined by Cantor Lisa Siegel, who will be leading us in song today. So please, if you have a cell phone, make sure it's on silent so that we can create a holy atmosphere here. And we're going to warm ourselves up with the chanting of a nigun, a wordless melody. Please join in. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya 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 la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la, ya la la, ya. It is our custom for our bat mitzvah to lead us in worship, and so it is my joy to invite up Shoshana to the bima to lead us in the Ashrei, page 220 in your prayer books.
Ashrei yoshvei veitecha, od yehalelucha selah.
Happy are those who dwell in your house. They shall sing your praises forever. Ashrei yoshvei veitecha, od yehalelucha selah. Ashrei yoshvei veitecha, od yehalelucha selah. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They shall sing your praises forever. Happy are those who dwell in your house. They shall sing your praises forever.
Va'anachnu nevare ya me'ata ve'ad olam. Hallelujah. Please turn to page 224 for the Hasi Kaddish.
Yikada v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad yivrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimberu amen. Yehesh me Rabba mevorach, le'alam lo mehamaya yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh, v'yitalal shemei kodesha leila min kol brachata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran be'alma v'yimiru. Amen.
Dana, Shoshana, this is the moment that you are going to receive this beautiful talit from your parents' loving hands. And you know the significance of the talit are the tzitzit, these fringes which are supposed to remind us of the mitzvot and our obligation to live a good and righteous life. And in fact, that's what this whole bat mitzvah is about today. Becoming a bat mitzvah means that our tradition thinks that you are old enough to be doing mitzvot and to be responsible. And it's evident by the way you prepared for today that you are, in fact, ready for this responsibility. Your parents are going to present this to you with love, and I hope that you always feel their love when you wear it, and that you also feel embraced by God. And so I invite your parents up to present you with the talit. And now you'll say the prayer that's said before wearing a talit.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehi'atef batzitzit.
Amen. And now you'll put it around your daughter's shoulders. And you can give her a big hug. And then I'll invite you all to stand in the center of the bima with your arms around each other for the recitation of the Shehecheyanu, thanking God for enabling you to reach this day, the youngest of your 3 children's bat mitzvah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kimanu v'hegiyanu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kimanu v'hegiyanu lazman hazeh.
Good afternoon. I want to thank all of our family and friends who are here watching today as we celebrate this important milestone in our daughter Dana's life. I'd also like to recognize the wonderful clergy and staff of Temple Beth Shalom who helped get Dana here today. Rabbi Pomerantz, Barb Shemansky, Cantor Nicholson, and Cantor Siegel, who's actually been at every Chopp mitzvah. 3rd time's a charm. We're especially grateful to have our beloved Grandpa Harold, Papa Phil, and Nanny here, all fully vaccinated with hearts full of love and pride for the bat mitzvah girl. Dana Louise, I want you to know that today is a very special day. It's one of the few times that I've actually put on heels in the past year. And I picked out this sparkly mask for you because you're definitely the girl who always has a sparkle in her eye, and as everyone knows, has a sparkling personality. My dear Dana, there's no doubt that you have completed our family in every way. I didn't know if I was having a boy or a girl, and when you were born, I realized how lucky I was to have a baby girl in the house once again. You were the sweetest, most beautiful baby, always with a big smile on your face and stealing our hearts along the way. I don't know if Grandpa remembers, but he would love to come over to the house and just sit and hold you. You had such a calming effect on everybody. As you started to grow, you developed your own unique and very funny personality. Oh boy, did you make us laugh. drawing that beautiful picture of me that actually looked like some sort of freaky creature with bulging eyes and buck teeth. Insisting you be called Dana Pickles Chopp, or my nickname, Stacky G. Doing a spot-on performance of You're the One That I Want from Greece, making up characters like Corny Dickens, and your Yiddish word of the week. At one point, your music teacher asked me to enroll you in a stand-up comedy program. Thank you for keeping us in stitches. In elementary school, you certainly threw yourself into things. An excellent student, morning announcements, dance, keyboard, songwriting, reading all those Sunshine State books. But I think I'm most proud of how you insisted on getting to school early to help the younger students with their reading. Then on to Nautilus, learning to play the clarinet, which was not easy. National Junior Honor Society, rowing after school. You packed a lot into that 1 year. COVID definitely slowed things down, but I'm grateful you can now go to school in person. I feel so thankful that I've been able to drive you to school almost every day since preschool. No doubt mornings can be stressful, but they're also a time for us to connect or grab a Starbucks. I remember the endless number of times you asked me to play Superstar by the Carpenters because you like the sad guitar, or Dear Evan Hansen because you like the song the mother sang that makes me cry every time, and that obviously makes you laugh. And of course, A Star Is Born, Lady Gaga version, although everybody knows Babs is my favorite. Now, as you've gotten older, we discuss important topics about life. As I listen to you each morning, I know you're growing into a thoughtful, wise, and ethical young woman. You're a wonderful granddaughter. You bring so much joy and love to your grandparents. From shopping trips with Nanny, outings to the beach with Grandpa, I know how much you enjoy spending time with them. Although I try to forget how long it took Papa to teach you to swim. You resisted for the longest time, and oh boy, does he have the patience of a saint. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Grandma and how much she adored you, making you French toast, dressing you up, taking you to the hair salon. No doubt she's watching from above in Kvelling today. Thank you, Aunt Lauren, for always finding something special from Grandma's treasure box to share with Dana. I'm also thankful for your relationship with your siblings. It's certainly not easy being the little sister. Your brother and sister had their own things going on, and you were always trying to keep up. You may have forgotten this, but Eliza wanted a little sister so badly. She wrote about you when you were born. She said you smelled like marshmallows. I frame those letters as a reminder to you both to always be there for each other. Your brother has tried, most of the time at least, to be a protector, and I know how happy he is that you now go to school together. Just don't ask him to tutor you, because that never seems to work out very well. And now that you're getting older, I see that you and Eliza really talk about things, and you look to her for advice. Eliza and Adam will always be there for you when you need them, and I know you appreciate it. Dana, you have a zest for life. You light up a room with your smile, and you have always had a wonderful way of connecting with people. You enjoy speaking with your peers as well as adults. No matter where you go, you always make friends, old school, new school, camp. You're loyal, genuine, friendly, and people feel that. The past year has definitely not been an easy one for you. There have been numerous bumps in the road, and you have handled them with grace and maturity. I couldn't be more proud of you. Stepping out of your comfort zone, starting at a new school, starting it remotely during a pandemic is not an easy thing to do. New teachers, new kids, very early mornings, and you haven't complained. The transition took time, but you conquered. You made wonderful friends and made such a positive impression on your teachers. I'm also happy that you're finally able to get back to playing lacrosse, which you love. Now, if you just don't wear that gator mask, I know you're going to be the coach's favorite. Dana, you're a good soul with a big heart. I remember when we got back from Israel after Adam's bar mitzvah, and we were here at Beth Shalom. You met Marilyn, got into the Magen David Adom ambulance, and decided on the spot that you wanted to do something to help Israel. With that, you started your Tzedakah Camp project and rallied the troops to support Israel. When George Floyd was killed, you wanted to do something to give back. We stumbled upon the barnyard, and that was it. You started getting the word out to help the children who go there. Throughout your lifetime, I hope that you continue to find organizations to throw your time and effort into. Giving back will always fill your soul. Dana, you're a cherished and valued member of our family. Today, we could not be more proud of the hard work you put into studying and practicing for your bat mitzvah. Doing this Zoom style and masked, the rules have definitely changed, and it hasn't always been easy, but you rolled with it. And here we are today. This is just another stop albeit a big one, on your lifetime of Jewish experiences and learning. You've always embraced your Judaism, and it's my hope you'll always keep it close to your heart, and I know it will give you back so much. Whether it's Beth Shalom, Camp Ramah Rome, although I'm not ready for you to go away for a full summer, and possibly BBYO or high school in Israel in the future, stay involved and you can't go wrong. I hope your Judaism will always be a source of strength and comfort. Your future is such a bright one, so keep doing what you're doing, learning, moving forward, being open to opportunities, and following your instincts and dreams. Today, you are officially a woman, but you'll always be my baby girl. I love you just the way you are. Thank you for bringing so much joy and love into our lives. Mazel tov.
Good afternoon. I want to thank everyone who got all dressed up to watch Dana on the Bima from their computer screens at home. Feel free to loosen your ties and take off your heels. You don't think everybody's dressed up at home? Wow, Dana, you really look beautiful, and I'm so proud of you today. I would like to take a moment to thank Rabbi Pomerantz Cantor Nelson for preparing Dana. Did I say Cantor Nelson? Nicholson. I said Nelson, I'm sorry. For preparing Dana. Yeah, right. There you go. My Bethon roots. There you go. For preparing Dana for today. It has been a difficult year, but thank God we are here and healthy. This past year has caused me to be much more focused on what is truly important. Aunt Lauren, Cousin Aubrey here, Papa Phil at age 90, and Nanny at 84 being here today. Grandpa at 76, who was raised Orthodox, is here to see his third grandchild, B'nai Mitzvah. I got to hug my dad last week for the first time in a year. Good stuff, right? What's important? It's been a tough year for all of us in different ways. Your grandmother would be very proud of you today if she was here. You were the youngest of her bunchkins, and she loved you very much. For me, there was a silver lining in the pandemic. I got to spend more time with my wife and kids. As I look back at the past year, it fills me with joy knowing that we all hunkered down in the house and had such a good time together. I feel really blessed to have such wonderful children and the best wife in the world. Excuse me. Today is an important day for you, Dana. So take a moment to reflect on all the hard work you put in and even though it won't be a normal bat mitzvah, it is still something you will remember forever. As I did with your brother and sister, I want to take this opportunity to discuss what Judaism means to me and how I hope you make it part of your life. Judaism is an important part of who I am, and I have tried to instill that same pride in you, Eliza, and Adam. As Jews, we must work to make our world a better place, treat people of all races and religions equally, and help the less fortunate. That's who we are. I know helping others is important to you after watching you help the Barnyard over the past year. The Barnyard, a not-for-profit organization dedicated to building a better community for children and families in West Coconut Grove, is one of the organizations Dana chose to help for her mitzvah project. They offer free after-school and summer programs to children ages 5 to 13 as an alternative to the streets and the crippling realities of unemployment, poverty, violence, and drugs. The Barnyard makes a difference in kids' lives. I'm sure your efforts have made a difference in some of those kids' lives. Dana, you must always help those less fortunate than you and stick up for those who can't stick up for themselves. Further, as Jews, we must support Israel. Dana was in Israel 5 years ago and has been a strong supporter of Magen David Adom. Her fundraising efforts were more than enough to purchase her second red bag of courage, which stocks an Israeli paramedic's bag with bandages, oxygen masks, syringes, medical equipment, and medicine. Recently, there has been a lot of focus on the successful vaccine rollout in Israel, but we can't forget that more than 5,500 Israelis have died from COVID-19. These supplies are needed and will help save lives. Stacy and I have tried to share our love for Israel with you, and I hope this is just a start. I hope you find a way to visit and support Israel throughout your life. Today is an important milestone in your life, Dana. Your mother and I are very proud of you. You are a smart, kind young lady who is growing up way too fast. I am proud of the way you make an effort to include kids that aren't initially accepted by the group, and how you realize what it means to be a good, loyal friend. You handled your last-minute change of schools really well and have adjusted well to your new routine. You have a great personality and always bring positivity and laughter to our conversation, to any conversation. I would also note that you are a loyal Buckeye fan. Recently, Stacy was checking to see if Adam would have interest in applying to the school up north when I wasn't home. Dana immediately texted me and reported Stacy for being a traitor. Dana, even as you transition to a young adult, you will always be our baby. I love you very much.
First, I would like to say hello to everyone that is virtual. I miss you all very much due to COVID-19, and hopefully in the near future we can all meet up again. Now, moving on to Dana. I'm so proud of you for being on the Bima today. I'm so sad that you don't have the ability to have a bar mitzvah party. But you have stayed strong with your Jewish heritage to represent your family in a great way. Since you were born, you've had the very special gift of making those around you very happy. You have always been a little jokester in our family. Every time that I came home from elementary school, you were always there to make me laugh because you would always try to take my good snacks. You make the family laugh whenever you tear the sheets off of my bed and hit me because I made you upset. Your TikToks make everyone laugh because you look like Beyonce when you make them. But in all seriousness, even these days, after a long day of hard work in school, our family relies on you to cheer us up. Your optimistic view of life makes us feel better. I love you, Dana. Wherever we go on this planet, you are a delight to be with. At summer camp, all of the girls my age think about how much they... What did I write? At summer camp, all of the girls my age talk about how much they enjoy it when you're around. So thank you for that. Whether it's in your Hawaiian dance costume, when we are looking for mom at an Italian art museum, or on the cusp of being part of an international crisis in Jordan. You are the best friend I could ever have. Lisa too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so proud of you this year for making the transition to Ransom. I know you will do great things because you have shined everywhere else. Remember that no matter what happens in your life ahead, you must keep on being yourself. And don't let anyone make you think otherwise. You have grown so much, and I wish you the best. Mazel tov, Pickles.
Oh, I love you. Which mic do I talk into, or I don't? Okay.
Let me just start by saying I never thought Adam was gonna be the one to make me cry. Just putting that out there. Never. Well, For starters, I'd like to say hi to everyone watching. We wish you could be with us physically, but we know that you're cheering Dana and our family on from wherever you are. Dana, Doolittle, Pickle, Chopp. Where do I even begin? I think a good starting point is the year 2007. As Mom said earlier, there was nothing that 6-year-old Eliza Chopp wanted more than a little sister. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. I asked every single day, Mom, can we have a little sister? I want a little sister. Da 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 da. And boy, has being your big sister over the course of the last 13 years exceeded my 6-year-old self's expectations like you would not believe. From our weekend walks to Starbucks or our living room dance parties, being your big sister has been such a wild ride. While you are not my first sibling, being your older sister has taught me so many valuable things. It has taught me compassion, understanding, kindness, and how to be a good clothing sharer. I'm working on it. You've completed our sibling tribe. Trips and outings just would not be the same without the presence of Corny Dickens, aka Dana's alternate persona, or your infectious laughter and interesting dance moves. I'm so proud of the beautiful, kind, hardworking, and strong woman you've become. I know this past year has not been an ideal in the slightest, but I am so glad I got to be home with you to watch you grow so much. I know you're aware of how proud we are of you, but don't forget to give yourself a pat on the back. You've worked so incredibly hard to get to this point, and you should make sure to take it all in. I love you so much and cannot wait to watch you continue to blossom into the powerful woman I know that you will become. Love you, sister. Is that it? Okay.
It was so beautiful, everybody. Thank you. Dana, sweetheart. Dana, do you want anything? Where do we go? Sure.
Where to go? Off the stage?
You could be sitting. You could sit down.
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to?
Sorry. You know what you're doing next.
Yeah, I do the above. We turn to page 226 and ride for the Amidah. Adonai, sefatai tifta ufi agitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah.
האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדום מלך, מלך ממיד ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
We remain standing for the Kedoshah on page 232.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד מלוך כל הארץ כבודו אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו אחד הוא אלוהינו הוא אבינו הוא מלכנו הוא מושיענו והוא ישביענו ברחמיו לעיני כל חי אני אדוני אלוהיכם ימלוך אדוני לעולם אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור hallelujah.
Dana, do I start this or you?
We start with the little.
You start? Okay. Okay.
Le door by door,
Le door by door.
le door by door,
Le door by door.
le door by door, nagid kol lecha.
Let
Door by door,
Le door by door.
le door by door,
Le door by door.
le door by door, nagid kol lecha. Ulenetzach netzachim, kedusha nagdish, kedushacha nagdish. Veshitecha Eloheinu, mipinu lo yamush, leolam, leolam va'ed. Le door by door,
Le door by door.
le door by door,
Le door by door.
le door by door, nagid kol lecha.
the door by
Le door, le door by door,
Le door by door.
le door by door, nagid kol lecha. Ulenetzach netzachim, kedushacha nagdish, kedushacha nagdish. Veshitecha Eloheinu, mipinu lo yamush, leolam, leolam va'ed.
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips.
Baruch atah Adonai El HaKadosh. Please be seated.
That was a grandma. Yeah, she does my prayer as well. Oh, yeah. My mom told me I had to.
Wait.
In a good way.
Can you announce it? Say we continue.
Oh, we continue with the Rotsei prayer on 236 to 237.
I'm in for Dana.
Oh, sorry. Just trying to help.
Okay, so
Wait, let him.
you pay attention, right? I'm trying. Just shut up. Okay, it's this, and then twice this. We don't do the rest of the verses.
Wait, can you repeat that?
Okay, so the chorus and the first verse.
Okay.
To start singing.
Adonai
would like to thank the Von Chopp family for that.
I thought we sounded
was
just like
beautiful.
them.
I would say best siblings ever.
Thank you.
We've been
You're
told.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Adam.
Can we do my allegiance? My allegiance. Oh, is it? Okay.
Thank you so much. We're going to continue with a prayer for peace, Birkat Shalom. I invite you to join me. You can find it on page 240 of your Siddur. Sim Shalom. I'm sorry, Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amacha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amacha, Tasim Le'olam. Ki ata melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amacha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amacha, Tasim Le'olam. V'tov ve'enecha levarech et amecha Yisrael b'chol et ub'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amacha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amacha, Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. We take a few moments for the prayers of our own hearts. Dana, as was already mentioned today, you are the last of the three to take your place amongst your peers and your family, to assume your role, to receive the Torah, to chant words of Torah, and to teach us words of Torah. And so it is really an honor to be here. I think Eliza might have been my first year that I started, so it's been it's been wonderful to be part of your family and all of these wonderful life cycle moments. But this is about you, and today is your special day, and so this blessing is for you. Taking your place in an enduring line, This is the day that you stand up to say, our tradition is mine. You will now read the Torah. It's been passed on to you. It's our law and our story, but each telling is new. It is said we stood at Sinai, and today you know you're there. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer. Taking your place in a resilient line. This is the day that you stand up to say, our tradition is mine. You will now hold the Torah, forge a link to the past. You're the face of our future and the reason we last. Lahalechet bidrachav lishmor mitzvotav kol hayamim. May you walk in God's ways, and may all of your days be blessings. It is said we stood at Sinai, and today you know you're there. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer.
We have arrived at the moment of Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for the reading of the Torah, which is the main event at this moment here for Bat Mitzvah, for Shoshana to be called to the Torah for the first time in her life. And I want to just call your attention to this Shabbat brochure with Dana's beautiful punim on the front cover, her beautiful face, and the honors that will take place at this point in the service are in here. And as we turn to this section of our service, you can follow along on page 248 in your prayer books, and we will be opening the ark, and so I invite you to please rise.
Ki Metzion tetzeh Torah, Ki Metzion tetzeh Torah, Udevar Adonai Berushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadol Adonai iti Unromema Shemo Yachdav.
Dana, Shoshana, this is the Torah, Israel's morashah, our sacred heritage and our inheritance. Wherever the Jewish people have been, the Torah has been with us, guiding us, teaching us, sustaining us on the right path. This Torah has been passed down midor ledor from generation to generation so that you might receive it here today and know that it was written for you. Rabbi Jonathan Sacks, who was the chief rabbi of England, said, "We only pass down to our children what we truly love ourselves." And it's evident from everything your family has said and done that they truly love this Torah and pass it on to you with pride. And so, symbolic of that chain of tradition, I call forward your grandparents and your parents to pass the Torah to you.
We are gifts and we are blessing. We are history in song. We are hope and we are healing. We are learning to be strong. We are words and we are stories. We are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. L'dor vador nagid god lecha. L'dor vador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. L'dor vador, these lips will praise your name. L'dor vador nagid god lecha. L'dor vador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. L'dor vador, these lips will praise your name. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz lecha Adonai hamamlacha v'hamitnaseh lechol rosh.
You may all be seated.
I'm just going to get it out. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for coming to my Bat Mitzvah service. I cannot describe how delighted I am to be here today standing on the bima. My Torah portion is Ki Tisa, found in the book of Exodus, which is the second book. After building the golden calf, Moses was very angry and threw all the tablets down the mountain. The Israelites were supposed to follow the rule of there only being one God. The book of Exodus teaches God's redemption of Israel and that good people can redeem themselves after doing bad things. In my Torah portion, I tried to make it relate to today. In life, there's no way to avoid making mistakes. However, if our intentions are good, then hopefully we will be forgiven or given a second chance to do the right thing. Also, it's important to learn from our mistakes and do things better the next time. The point is that in life, we should continue to strive to do better. For me, becoming a bat mitzvah is a rite of passage. I have worked hard to get to this point in my journey. I have studied a lot and put my best effort into this bat mitzvah. I have always been involved in the Jewish community. Temple Beth Shalom has been a second home for me for as long as I can remember, and attending Jewish camp with my friends at Ramah Darom is special and really fun. But lately I have felt a stronger connection to my Judaism while studying for my bat mitzvah. Becoming a bat mitzvah is kind of like a Jewish graduation, but it is not the end. It's actually the beginning of the next phase of my Jewish learning and becoming a young Jewish woman. In the future, I plan to continue practicing my religion and not forget about what got me to today. I want to continue on with my mitzvah project that I started doing years before my bat mitzvah. I have volunteered with Magen David Adom since elementary school to raise money to purchase medical supplies for Israel. Temple Beth Shalom was very supportive in letting me hand out tzedakah cans to all the children in the religious school to raise money for Israel. For my bat mitzvah, I signed up for the Acts of Memory project. Today, I am remembering Liza Levant, who was born in Belarus, lived in Russia, and perished in the Holocaust at age 12, sorry. May Liza's memory always be a blessing. I would also like to thank everybody, both family and friends, who are watching today. I am most grateful for people like Cantor Adele Nicholson and Barb Szymanski, who have helped me through the process of learning the Hebrew and writing the speech. Cantor, it was not easy tutoring on Zoom, but we did it. Barb, thanks for always making me feel welcome and helping me with my Torah portion. Thank you, Cantor Siegel, who has always been there for my family, and thank you, Rabbi Pomerantz, for today. And to my friends who have been there to put a smile on my face. I'm thankful that my grandparents are here to see me and support me. Without them, I would not be here on the Bima. Papa, you are very caring. Nanny, I love when we go shopping together and spend time together. And Grandpa, I love going to the beach with you, and the fact that you send me random Yiddish words in the middle of the day. And to my siblings, Adam and Eliza Chopp, who have always been honest with me and supportive of me. They have been in a similar position, having their bat and bar mitzvahs. Adam, thanks for helping me with the transition to Ransom Everglades, and I like it when you drive me to school because we leave later. Elisa, I really look up to you, and you always give me great advice. Lastly, a big thank you to my parents. They have loved and helped me forever. My parents have always been my #1 supporters, and I love them for it. My dad is the best. He is very funny and smart. He works so hard to make a great life for us. Mom, thanks for always keeping me in line, driving me everywhere, and making sure I'm well taken care of. I love you both so much. Thank you.
So that was a beautiful, beautiful Devar Torah. Thank you, Dana, for teaching us all. And now, if you want, you can put aside your prayer books. And if you'd like to follow along with Dana's chanting, you can take out the big, thick Torah commentary. And you can turn to page 584, chapter 30, verse 11, and she will be calling up her aliyot. Ya'amdu ha'olim la'aliyah harishona. For the first aliyah, I would like to call up my grandparents, Harold Chopp and Roberta and Philip Ettinger, and my aunt Lauren Chopp to the Torah.
Oh, 1 second. Wait, one second. Wait, let me. Okay.
Hold on. Avraham Yaakov, Zvi, Rivka Leah, and Feivel.
Okay, ready?
You got the blessing?
Yeah, hold in place.
He's holding. He's,
Where is the place in?
oh, place in the Torah?
Yes.
Right here.
Baruch hu et Adonai havarach.
Baruch Adonai havarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai havarach le'olam v'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Asher bochar banu mikol ha'amim. V'nasan lanu Toras emes. Baruch atah Adonai nosein ha'torah.
No, this is my first. No, I don't. No, excuse me. Amen. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, ki tisa et rosh b'nei Yisrael, lifkudehem v'natenu ish kofer nafsho, l'Adonai bivkodotam, v'lo yiyeh bahem, negef bikodotam. Ze itenu kol ha'over al ha'pekudim machatzi ha'shekel ba'shekel ha'kodesh esrim gerah ha'shekel machatzi ha'shekel terumat l'Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nasan lanu toras emes v'chayei olam nata b'socheinu Baruch atah Adonai nosein haTorah.
Yes. Give your,
Thank you.
greet your relatives.
Love you. Thanks.
Yeah, we can do it because of COVID, but it's, I don't mind. Okay.
We'd like to move over to this side. Yeah. Do you have the next aliyah?
Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect, great.
Wait, no, they don't. No, they don't.
No,
they
no,
don't.
my parents have the next aliyah.
Yeah, they need to
Yeah.
move over. Okay.
Ya'amdu ha'olim la'aliyah hashniya. For the second aliyah, I would like to call up my parents, Stacy and Jonathan Chopp, my sister, Eliza Chopp, and my brother, Adam Chopp, to the Torah.
Avraham Yaakov ben Zvi, Chana Simcha bat Feivel, Verifka Leah, Basha Gavriela bat Avraham Yaakov, V'chana Simcha, Yitzchak ben Avraham Yaakov, V'chana Simcha.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hambarach. Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam ba'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Kol ha'over al ha'pekudim mi bein esrim shana v'mala yitain terumat Adonai he'asir lo yarbe v'hadal lo yam'i mimachatzi ha'shakel latet et terumat Adonai lechaper al nafshotechem v'lakachta et kesef ha'kipurim me'et b'nei Yisrael ve'yatata oto al avodat ohel moed v'hayeh livnei Yisrael lezikaron livnei Adonai lechaper al nafshotechem.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Give her a hug. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, like a boat. Scary. Sit around.
For the last aliyah, Dana will be chanting from our Sephardic scroll in the ark, so we're going to open the ark doors if you want to remain standing. And we'll turn to page 596, chapter 34, verse 33. This is when our bat mitzvah is called for her own aliyah.
Ta'amod, ta'amod, habachura bat hamitzvah v'aliyat ha'torah, Shoshana bat Avraham Yaakov v'chana simcha. Chizki, chizki.
Baruchu et Adonai Hamivorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamavarach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamivorah leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torah tov. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vaychal Moshe midaber itam, vayiten al panav masveh. Uvevo Moshe lifnei Adonai, ledaber ito yatzir et hamaseh atzeto, veyatza vediber el bnei Yisrael, et asher ituveh. Vera'u bnei Yisrael, et Pnei Moshe ki karan, or Pnei Moshe. Veheshiv Moshe et Hamisve al panav ad bo'o ledaber ito.
Put the mic to your mouth.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Do I close this?
Yes, it's closed. We're going to get ready for your half track.
Okay. Do you want this or?
Thank you. It's off here.
Second. The Haftarah for Shabbat Parah can be found on page 1455. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar bim v'im tovim, v'ratza v'divrehem hane'emarim ve'emet. Baruch atah Adonai havoher batorah uv'Moshe avdo, uv'Yisrael amo uv'imviyeh ha'emet v'tzedek. Lachen emor levet Yisrael, ko amar Adonai Elohim, lo lema'anchem ani oseh bet Yisrael, ki im loseh kodshi asher hilaltem bagoyim asher batem sham, vekidashti et shemi hagodol hamevulal bagoyim asher hilaltem betochem, veyadeu hagoyim ki ani Adonai neum Adonai Elohim behikadeshi bachem le'enehem. Our Haftarah continues towards the end at verse 35. Ve'ameru ha'aretz halezu haneshama hayeta kegan Eden, ve'ayerim hahorevot, ve'haneshamot, ve'ane'eratzot, ve'tzedu yashavu. Ve'yadeu hagoyim asher yisharu tevivotehem ki ani Adonai, baniti hane'eratzot, natati henashema ani Adonai, Dibarti ve'asiti. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzur kol haolamim, tzadik bechol hadorot, ha'el hane'eman, ha'omer ve'useh, hamdover uvkayem shechol devarav emet v'tzedek, al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al hanemiyim ve'al yom hashabbat hazeh shanatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusham ve'limnuhe lakavod ulal tifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach varechim otach yitbarach shimcha befi kol hai tamid leolam va'ed baruch ata Adonai
Baruchu Baruch Shemo.
mekadesh ha-shabbat.
Amen. Okay, you're going to put your mask back on.
Okay, wait, before you put it on, just let's get a big smile that everybody can see. There we go. You earned that smile, baby. This was a beautiful service, Dana. It has been a joy to watch you and your brother and sister grow up here at Temple Beth Shalom. And, there is a saying, an Israeli saying, Acharon, Acharon Chaviv, which means the last, the most beloved. That's you. And it was really such an incredibly special moment to have your parents and your siblings up here speaking to you, because it was evident how much love there is in your family. And even though we are in a practically empty sanctuary, it was filled with love today, and we all felt it. So thank you. The maftir that you just chanted talked about Moses coming down from the mountain with the Torah, and his face was radiant, having just been with God. And that's how it felt here today, watching you, even though we could mostly only see half your face. It was really wonderful watching your joy and your pleasure in doing this today. And I want to talk to you about a word that's in your Torah portion. It was right toward the beginning in your very first Aliyah. I'm going to show it to you here. And the word is venatnu. You remember saying that?
Yeah.
Right there. See it?
Yeah.
This word is what we call a palindrome. Do you know what a palindrome is?
Yeah, I think so.
A palindrome can be read the same way in either direction. That word venatnu means and they gave. And the rabbis say that it's a palindrome, that word in particular is a palindrome to teach us that people who give also receive. And I thought about that today, that word, because you have really demonstrated in your life what it means to give, and that you understand that you receive just as much with your work for Mogen David Adom that you've been devoted to for so many years, and the Barnyard. And I hope that you always take that understanding with you, that as much as you give, that you grow and you enjoy when you give. And there's one other part of your Torah portion I wanted to talk to you about, and that is after the golden calf. After the golden calf, when God was so furious with the Israelites that God was ready to just strike them all down. And Moses had to convince God not to do that. Moses, one person, spoke up to God, challenged God, and said, do not do that. And that speaks to us of the importance of how one person can make a difference in that world. And when you and I spoke, you told me that one of the people you most admire in the world is RBG, because of the way she spoke up and advocated for justice for women. And even when she was mocked and people didn't listen to her, she persevered. And I hope that you understand that you can be that one person. You said to me, Rabbi, I'm not an activist, but I don't do nothing. And I want to say to you, Dana, that an activist is somebody who raises money for others. is somebody who speaks up on behalf of justice, is somebody who advocates for change. Know the awesome power, the woman that you are going to grow up to be, as Eliza said, and embrace that and bring that justice and that change to our world. And now, I'm so happy to tell you we have a surprise for you. So I'm going to invite you to look over your right shoulder at that screen as I call up some friends of yours.
Dana Chopp, we have loved you since before you were even born. We are sending you the biggest of mazel tovs. There are rabbis in Tennessee who are celebrating from afar. We want to offer you the most ancient benediction our people has, and it goes like this.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you safe always.
Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha.
May God's face shine upon you, and when that happens, may you smile.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God's countenance shine upon you and through you, and may you be granted the greatest gift. May you always have a sense of shalom, a sense of wholeness, and a sense of peace. We love you.
We love you.
Mazel tov. So now you all have been waiting with those little pieces of sweetness in your hand because Dana has showered sweetness on you, and now you get to shower her with sweetness.
Mazel tov, the mazel tov, the cinnamon tov, the mazel tov, the cinnamon tov, the mazel tov, the cinnamon tov, yeah, lanu. Cinnamon tov, the mazel tov, the cinnamon tov, the mazel tov, the cinnamon tov, the mazel tov, the cinnamon tov, yeah.
So thank you, Eliza and Adam, and we're going to rise for the Aleinu as we open the ark and face Jerusalem.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzo, v'lo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo samechalkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu bayom hahu yihei Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
We remain standing now for words of Kaddish, which you'll find on page 294 in your prayer books. And I know you're thinking about those who you've loved, who are not with you here today physically, but who are with you spiritually. And so we remember two very special people before the Kaddish. We think of Ellen Chopp and Richard Green. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing to you who love them. We think as well of the 6 million men, women, and children who died in the Shoah. We think about the over 24,000 Israeli soldiers who died so that we would have a Jewish homeland. And we think as well about the thousands of American soldiers who have died defending our liberties. We take them all into our hearts with our own, as we say these words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlik malchutei, b'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uv'izman kari v'yamru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shalama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the author of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort all who are bereaved here and everywhere. And let us say, amen. And now I'm going to call you back up, Dana. Oh, great. You may be seated. So we have, hello? We have some special gifts here for you that you have earned, and I'm going to tell you what each of them are. One that we don't normally have up here is this Sidur Sim Shalom. It's a special prayer book that is for you, and this came from your summer camp, Ramah Darom, and I know how important that camp is to you. And you know, Cantor Siegel and I met at our Jewish summer camp, Camp Coleman. And so everything you're learning and doing at Ramah Darom is going to stay with you forever, as this prayer book will. So mazel tov on that.
Thank you.
And here we have a Tanakh, a Jewish Bible, for you also to take with you wherever you may go, and a Kiddush cup from our Temple Sisterhood to enhance your Shabbat celebrations at home with your family. And in here, we have a lot of certificates for you, Dana. There are so many, they won't come out. Okay, here's the first one, verifying that you became bat mitzvah today in February 2021 during a pandemic. You will always remember that, and you will always remember that. And that you persisted and persevered and had this beautiful ceremony today. And here we have 2 gift certificates. Your mom talked about the Alexander Muss High School in Israel, which I also attended and loved. And this is a Nifty in Israel gift certificate. No matter how you get there, we want you to go to Israel after your confirmation year at Temple Beth Shalom. And we also planted a tree in Israel in your honor, the staff and clergy of Temple Beth Shalom, because we are so proud of you. So you can plant a tree with your own 2 hands when you go there, hopefully after 10th grade. So this has been a service of sweetness, and we are going to end it by ending Shabbat. And the way we do that is with the ritual of Havdalah, which means separation. So I'm going to invite your family up to join us on the bima, and you're going to go stand there where Cantor Siegel stands, and we're going to light the Havdalah candle and take some of the joy with us from this Shabbat into the rest of the week.
La 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 la
And as we've said goodbye to Shabbat, we also want to say hello to the week and wish each other a Shavua Tov. May you take some of the sweetness of this celebration with you into the coming week. Shavua Tov.
Shavua